Hello friends, today I am going to teach you the topic colligative properties of solution. In continuation of this Rawls law, next topic is colligative properties. Now this word colligative is a Latin word made from word co, which means together, and ligar means to bind. There are 4 different properties in our syllabus which we have to study. These are relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second is elevation of boiling point. Third is depression in freezing point. And fourth is osmotic pressure. Now first of all, coming back to the topic colligative properties, what does that term means? Now as we all have been studying in case of solution chapter, there are properties of the solutions which depend only on the number or the amount of solute particles, molecules or ions. They do not depend on the nature of the solute. Like for example, if we are taking 1 mole of sugar or 1 mole of salt and we dissolve in 1 kg of water, that will depend only on the amount of the salt or sugar which we are dissolving, and it will not depend on the nature of the solute particles. Similarly, if we take 1 mole of urea, or we can take any amount of the solute, so these properties, they will depend only on the amount which we are dissolving. They will not depend whatever kind of the solute we are going to take. So today first we will discuss about relative lowering of vapor pressure. So first today we are going to discuss relative lowering of vapor pressure. Before discussing that, we should be familiar with the term vapor pressure. Now suppose if you are having one closed container and here you are taking any liquid, like for example if I take water here. Now you all know that what will happen, the molecules of this water, they will come on the surface and after some time they will start evaporating. So we can say that here the rate of evaporation will begin, and these vapors or the water vapors, they will accumulate on the top of the container. Now because this is a closed container, so these vapors, they cannot go outside. After some time what will happen, these molecules, they will collide here, and after collision some of them will condense and they will come back to this surface in the form of the liquid. So initially when this process will start, that time rate of evaporation will be more, and after some time condensation will also start, and a condition will arise which we have studied in case of 11th class equilibrium chapter. Equilibrium will be established when rate of evaporation will become equal to rate of condensation. So at this time, the amount of vapors which will be present on the surface of this liquid, that will form a pressure on the walls of this container. That pressure which is created, that is known as vapor pressure. The more volatile the substance will be, more vapor pressure will be created. Now suppose we are having a solution in which we have two components. We know that always in a solution we have two components. One is solvent and another is solute. Now here, when we are talking about this relative lowering of vapor pressure, here we are taking solid in liquid solutions. Solid in liquid solution means our solid is solute and liquid is For example, if we take water here as the solvent, this solute which we are adding, it should be non-volatile. So we have to keep in mind these two conditions. First is we are taking solid in liquid solution, and second is the solute is non-volatile. Now when the solute is non-volatile, it means that this will not create any vapor pressure, because we know that non-volatile solutes are those which do not form vapors. So our solution which will be there, it will have only vapor pressure created by the solvent. Now according to Raoult's law, we have studied in Raoult's law that the vapor pressure of the component A, this will be equal to vapor pressure of pure component A into mole fraction of A. Now because as I told you that solute is non-volatile, so this vapor pressure will be purely of solvent only. Now if we take this equation in this form, our equation becomes PA upon P naught A is equal to XA, where you already know PA is the pressure of the solvent, P naught A is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, and XA is the mole fraction of the solvent. Now if we subtract both sides by 1, equation becomes 1 minus PA upon P naught A is equal to 1 minus XA. Now because this is only containing vapor pressure created by the solvent, so instead of using PA we can also use PS, means vapor pressure of the solution, upon P naught is equal to 1 minus XA, or our equation becomes P naught minus PS upon P naught is equal to XB, because we know that when we are having two components in a solution, the sum of their mole fraction is equal to 1. So XA becomes equal to, XB becomes equal to 1 minus XA. So we have substituted this value here. So our equation becomes P naught minus PS upon P naught is equal to XB, or we can say that P naught minus PS upon P naught is equal to NB upon NA plus NB. Now when we have studied ideal solution, that time I told you generally these type of solutions, if they obey Raoult's law, we take very dilute solutions. So as compared to Na, value of Nb will be very small than Na. So we can ignore this in denominator, so that our equation will become P naught minus PS upon P naught is equal to Nb upon Na. Or if we substitute the values here, this equation becomes Wb upon Mb upon Wa upon Ma, or we can say Wb upon Mb into Ma upon Wa. So this is the formula with the help of which we can find out the molar mass of the solutions. Now here you can see that PO minus PS upon PO. This term is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. And with the help of this, if we want to calculate the value of molar mass of solute or solvent, or amount of solute or solvent which we are dissolving in the solution, with the help of this formula we can find out. Thank you.